The cultural hard drive is corrupted. We expect the eternal, eyeliner-clad Captain Jack Sparrow, but the algorithm serves us a 61-year-old aging rock star in harsh 4K resolution. The visual dissonance is violent. The swagger is replaced by a heavy, deliberate gait, the porcelain skin traded for the weathered map of a Hollywood exile. Legacy fans are reeling from the aesthetic decay, but the true shock isn't the gray in his beard, it's the words coming out of his mouth. But here is the glitch in the simulation. This wasn't a standard PR stumble. At Cannes, Depp didn't ask the studio executives for a comeback. He dropped a nuclear resignation. I don't have much further need for Hollywood. That's not a hiatus. That's a eulogy for the A-list lifestyle.
Now, he's retreated to a 13 million fortress in Somerset. Mainstream media headlines paint this as a quiet country retirement. Don't buy the pastoral narrative. The isolation isn't about finding peace. It's about building a perimeter against a darker truth that is only just beginning to surface. Before we breach that perimeter, smash the like button and subscribe. Signal the algorithm that you demand the raw intel, not the sanitized PR drip feed. Now, execute the Somerset shift. While LA status climbers hyperventilate over exclusivity, Depp has vanished into a chaotic 850-acre 19th century estate in the West Country. This isn't a retirement villa, it's a fortress wrapped in ivy. The auditory landscape has violently shifted and the screech of paparazzi drones to the absolute zero of the English countryside. Wait, the narrative cracks here.
Why is a man with liquid access to the entire globe isolating in a region known only for cider and rain? Because for a high net worth target carrying the radioactive fallout of a televised trial, anonymity is the only asset money can't buy in California. The tabloid industrial complex frames this as finding Zen. Behavioral profilers identify it as something far more clinical, distinct social withdrawal. Peace is internal harmony. Withdrawal is a tactical retreat. Depp isn't just gardening, he is actively decommissioning the movie star avatar to starve the reputation vampires. He's proving that for the global fame class, the ultimate power move isn't visibility, it's becoming a ghost in a machine designed to consume you. But even a ghost cannot outrun the franchise machine. We have to address the Leviathan lurking in the data stream, the reported $301 million offer to resurrect Captain Jack Sparrow.
Film industry insiders and clickbait merchants hyperventilated over the number. In the economy of IP assets, $301 million isn't a salary, it's a GDP-level apology. The narrative pushed by the studio hegemony was predictable. Everyone has a price. They assumed the aging rock star was legally battered, financially drained, and desperate for a lifeline back to the global box office. Stop. Rewind the tape. Depp's refusal wasn't hardball negotiation, it was a moral kill switch.
The betrayal he speaks of isn't emotional, it's structural. Depp realized he was merely a high-yield ticker symbol to the Disney conglomerate. For years, he was the chaotic engine of their revenue, but the moment the social sentiment analysis turned negative following the allegations, the C-suite strategists executed a guilty until proven innocent protocol. They didn't pause for facts, they moved to protect the stock price, severing ties with the speed of a high-frequency trade. Corporate loyalty is a myth sold to the working class. For the Hollywood elite, there is only liability management.
During the trial, the mask fell off. When pushed by attorneys on whether he would return for $300 million and 1,000,000 alpacas, Depp delivered the ultimate system error: nothing on this earth. He isn't holding out for more zeros. He is rejecting a system that operates only in fair weather. By saying no, he stripped the franchise machine of its leverage, proving that dignity is the one currency the billionaire class cannot print. He didn't just decline a role, he nuked the bridge to the Magic Kingdom to ensure he could never be tempted to cross it again. Smash cut to the French Riviera. While the corporate media was still processing his rejection of Disney, Depp walked the red carpet at the Cannes Film Festival circuit, and the narrative violently lurched from financial defiance to biological decay. The standing ovation for Jean Dubarry became background noise. The viral aesthetic auditors weren't analyzing his performance, they were zooming in 400% on his mouth. The photos hit the social feeds like a car crash, brown, stained, seemingly rotting teeth. The internet gasped. Was this the final collapse of a global sex symbol? Hold that thought. This wasn't an accident. To the average Instagram scroller, this looked like hygiene failure. To a semiotics expert, it was punk rock warfare. In an industry defined by blinding white veneers and synthetic perfection, Depp's refusal to fix his teeth was a calculated visual assault on Hollywood vanity metrics. He was signaling that he no longer answers to the A-list aesthetic standard. But just as the tabloid vultures prepared to monetize his physical ruin, the simulation glitched again.
Months later, Depp emerged with a complete visual rebranding. The rotting grin? Gone. The bloating? Vanished. He looked sharper, cleaner, a sudden return to the Dior Sauvage archetype. This wasn't just a makeover, it was a flex. By oscillating between decay and polish, Depp proved he isn't a victim of aging. He is the director of his own optics, keeping the public perception machine perpetually off balance. While the tabloid ecosystem was hyper-fixated on his dental work, they missed the tectonic shift happening on his balance sheet. If you want to decode how the 1% elite manipulate public perception for profit, smash that subscribe button right now. Join our digital syndicate. Don't let the algorithm hide the truth from you. Now, look at the numbers. The legacy media narrative was clear. Depp was in financial freefall, drained by litigation attrition and unchecked lifestyle bloat. They wrote his obituary as a bankrupt icon, claiming the legal fees had bled the beast dry. Dead wrong. While Hollywood canceled his contracts, Depp executed a direct-to-consumer coup. He released his Friends and Heroes art collection, bypassing the art world gatekeepers entirely. Within hours, the site crashed under the weight of a consumer frenzy. He generated over £3 million in a single afternoon. This is the content flywheel in its purest form. Depp converted decades of global brand equity into instant liquid capital, proving he doesn't need a studio greenlight to stay solvent. He isn't just an actor anymore. He's a diversified IP asset, printing millions while the studios watch from the sidelines.
But cash flow doesn't cure chaos. While Depp was proving his financial autonomy to the global art market, reports suggest he was actively dismantling the production ecosystem on the set of Jean du Barry. Enter Mai Wen, a French cinema auteur with zero tolerance for Hollywood ego inflation. She hired Depp to play King Louis XV, expecting a collaborator. Instead, reports indicate she faced a logistical insurgency. The narrative leaking from the set wasn't about artistic differences, it was about total hierarchical disruption. Depp allegedly treated the shooting schedule as a suggestion, not a mandate. The crew was ready, the burn rate was ticking, Depp was nowhere to be found. Mai Wen publicly admitted to being terrified, describing a set paralyzed by his unpredictability. He wasn't just late, he was engaging in asymmetric warfare against the director herself. But here is the glitch in the matrix.
Normally, this is career suicide. A difficult reputation is the death knell for a working actor. But Depp isn't looking for a job, he's looking for leverage. By terrorizing a European art house production, Depp wasn't acting like a diva, he was acting like a sovereign state. He demonstrated that even when exiled by the studio system, he remains the center of gravity. He broke every rule in the professional handbook, and the movie still opened cans. So I challenge you to diagnose the pathology. Is this the erratic behavior of a professional pariah who has lost touch with reality? Or is this the behavior of a man who knows he is finally untouchable? Drop your verdict in the comments, unhireable or unconquerable.
But if you think the drama peaked in France, you are underestimating the social media industrial complex. Just as the dust settled on the film set, the internet engineered a narrative glitch so wild it nearly broke the simulation. Here comes the pivot. Suddenly, the rumor mill wasn't linking Depp to his contemporaries, it was pairing him with Gen Z icon Jenna Ortega. Yes, the 20-year-old star of Wednesday. This wasn't just gossip, it was a cross-generational distortion birthed by an anonymous gossip handle and amplified by a viral feedback loop that cared more about clicks than chronology. Usually, Depp plays the cryptic artist.
Not this time. He broke character immediately. He didn't just deny it, he issued a categorical rejection that bordered on horror. He publicly slammed the rumors as malicious and baseless, aggressively distancing himself from this digital fantasy.
This exposes the ultimate paradox. To the online fandom, Depp is a fictional character they can ship with anyone to drive engagement. But to Depp, this was a breach of reality. It highlights the unbridgeable chasm between his actual lived experience and the avatar projection the internet refuses to let go of. But all that noise, the rumors, the scandals, the digital hallucinations, was just static. The true signal finally cut through at the Cannes press conference, where Depp dismantled the entire redemption narrative with a single sentence. A reporter from the legacy media apparatus asked the inevitable question, "Is this your comeback?" It is the standard beat in the Hollywood hero's journey. They wanted him to beg for re-entry. Depp didn't take the bait. He leaned into the mic and delivered a philosophical haymaker.
"I didn't go anywhere," he said, his voice dropping to that familiar low-frequency rumble. "As a matter of fact, I live about 45 minutes away. I don't have a comeback. I didn't go anywhere." This isn't just a quip. It is radical detachment. By refusing the label of comeback, he refuses to acknowledge the studio elite's authority to exile him in the first place. You cannot return to a place you never mentally left, and you cannot be fired by an industry that no longer holds the keys to your reality. And then he dropped the guillotine. While the room waited for contrition, Depp offered total indifference. When asked if he still felt boycotted, he didn't play the victim. He checked out of the game entirely. "I don't feel boycotted by Hollywood because I don't think about Hollywood," he admitted. "I don't have much further need for Hollywood myself."
That is the sound of a high-value cultural asset going private. He isn't negotiating terms of surrender. He is announcing his unilateral withdrawal from the corporate simulation. Hollywood didn't kill Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp just realized Hollywood was already dead. He didn't just execute a withdrawal, he initiated a creative metamorphosis. While the studio elite were busy writing his obituary, Depp was seizing the means of production. His next move isn't a blockbuster, it's Modi, a grit-soaked biopic about Modigliani, crafted alongside cinema titan Al Pacino. This is the status shift that matters. He is abandoning the role of franchise asset to become the auteur. By stepping behind the camera, he stops being the image on the screen and becomes the vision behind it.
He walked through the reputational incinerator and didn't burn. He calcified. The cancel culture algorithm tried to delete him, but it only stripped away the PR veneer, leaving the artist exposed and dangerous. He survived the simulation not by winning their game, but by breaking the controller. The pirate didn't just sail into the sunset, he stole the ship.